So now that you consider yourself a space geek, what are some of the things that inspire you the most and that you get the most excited about?
I'm excited about learning these amazing things that are happening, and just how crazy it is that nobody knows. Things like there are ice volcanoes on moons around Jupiter. There are something like 13,000 satellites going at 14,000 miles an hour right now, at any given time. There are planets that we have discovered that are like Earth. We might be able to live on them. That's a big deal. I don't know if, there's a lot of really cool things that are attention worthy and interest worthy, that if we could, I think a lot of the space industry thus far has come in with a very sort of top-down approach of, hey, we know all this stuff, and when they do try to communicate, they sort of throw walls of text at the populace and expect them to sort of absorb that. But I think if you have that approach to people as a whole, and they only have 5 or 10 seconds to click on a link or not click on a link if they're interested in this kind of stuff, it's not necessarily as an effective way of communicating to the broader populace all of these interesting things, attention-worthy things that are happening in space right now. So I'm excited about trying to capture some of the existing stories that are going on, and some of the stories that maybe have happened years ago, but just nobody ever heard about it, because why would they? And communicating that in a way that is interesting and engaging to people who only have 5 or 10 seconds, but who, if you communicate them in a way that's is able for them to engage within that time period, they can start learning more about this kind of stuff. And really, I'm excited about widening the funnel for the entire space industry, the entire space conversation, because it's very easy coming from the outside to see it as this is a thing for geeks, this is a thing for smart people, this is a thing for whatever stereotype you want to put out there. So I'm excited about making it genuinely accessible for the broader populace. The second thing that I'm interested and excited about is the fact that there is so much very real, tangible progress happening in the industry, and you miss a lot of it because it's so technical and it's sort of buried down in the detail. But the application of that is a big deal, and I think when people are looking at this again from an outside perspective, they forget that 100 years ago, planes were a crazy idea, and perhaps 100 years before that, trains, crazy, and cars, that's insane. You can go back. If the bigger picture, if you sort of look back over the last million years or so, Cro-Magnon, Australopithecus, dude in a cave, probably was thought that wheelbarrow technology was a crazy idea that was never going to happen in their lifetime. And so it's the whole idea of accessibility to space for the everyman, every woman, isn't as crazy if you look at what we've actually done in the last few thousand years. In fact, it's just sort of a natural next step. So when you look at it on that timescale, it's pretty exciting to see the progress in real time, and think that it's not that far away.
Do you think that humans are ready to go out into space and start doing things like settlement and exploring further out than we've ever been before?
No more ready than we were ready to go to Antarctica and set up shop, or ready to go out to a desert, or ready to build a submarine and go underneath the water. And we seem to have figured that stuff out.